This is Fox 26 Morning News at 8 a.m.
In Health Watch, the American Cancer Society reports the chances of getting cancer are now 1 in 2 for men and 1 in 3 for women. Those numbers indicate a growing epidemic in our country, and health experts are trying to get to the root of the problem. Here to explain how what we eat might be the biggest culprit is Vikki LeBeau with Texas Last Diet. Good morning to you. We have an important conversation going on. When we're looking at these cancer rates, we've got to figure out it's something in our environment. What we're consuming could be a part of that puzzle. We take a look at all these popular foods. What is in these that you were so concerned about?
Well, the last time I was here, we talked about sugar and how sugar could be a culprit. We have 31 different cancers that are now linked to just sugar alone. So we try to cut back on our sugars, and we try to use supplements. So we use Splenda, Equals, and the pink packet that we all are aware of, and we start adding those into our diet to get rid of sugars. Well, as we start adding those, we become over-inundated with those, and so those have been proven now to link to cancer. So not only are we getting it from our sugars, which are high enough, we're now getting it in the fake sugars.
It's so important to know that, because if you've heard and you've read and you've seen any of the documentaries about sugar, you realize how shocking it can be for us. So you do start to look for alternatives.
Right.
When the alternatives are also to blame, what do you turn to?
Real food. You turn to real food. You walk the outside of the aisles of the grocery store. For me, this was very challenging. My daughter and I went shopping last night, and we had to really search and look at the labels. And once you start looking at the labels, we're like, holy smokes! The labels and the ingredients go on and on and on and on. So far, I mean, you just are tired of reading it. So you have to really take a look at it. And if it has 5 ingredients, it's good. You know, most of the time, it's real food when you start looking at it. We found these oats here. They have the first 4 ingredients. 1 is oats. The rest is sugar. So you just have to read and know your labels.
I want everyone to go back and just sort of concentrate on what you said about the parameters of that grocery store. So everybody picture it for a moment. So you're talking fresh fruits and vegetables and meat.
Yes.
We're not talking about processed foods, things in a can, things in a box. Those are so easy with our busy lifestyles these days. But if it's going to cause cancer, you might want to think about, you know what, I can throw a salad together. I can have meat and 3 vegetables for dinner versus something that came out of a box.
Right, and a lot of times if you eat real food like that, and on your dinner plate, there's only 5 ingredients. You know, meat and vegetables, and I mean, and carrots and yummy stuff like that. And it fills you up and it makes you feel better.
I've got to make sure we get to this, because it's Halloween time right now, and candy is at the top of everyone's shopping list. And you've got one that is really upsetting me, because I have to admit it's one of my favorite. What is going on in this, and what's the ingredient you're concerned about?
It is by far my favorite. That's why I did they had me do a little research on Halloween candy. And when I got to this one, I was like, it's chocolate and peanut butter. It's going to be good. Well, there's actually 2 ingredients in here now that are proven to cause cancer. And one of them is butane. So, I mean, we're actually feeding this to our kids, and I can't remember how many of these that I've eaten.
Okay, and sometimes it's not going to say butane. It might say something else, right?
Yes.
So what is it called?
There's 2 of them. One is, I believe it's TQR.
And I see TBHQ.
There you go.
That's the one we need to look out for.
Yes.
Could you say there's an alternative?
There is. You can make your own at home that's really yummy. And then you can also have Justin's. And this is natural. And you can found this right at the grocery store.
Vikki LeBeau, thanks for the information. We got to watch what we eat, prevent cancer. My family's gone through it too many times to count. You don't want to go through it. Jose?
Great idea. It's just that I'm hurt because of Reese's peanut butter cups.